last game of the Winter Sports Week at Garmisch-Partenkirchen was a battle between Germany and the Wembley Lions. The game was fast and furious, even for ice hockey, and both teams showed great skill in the control of the puck. Heavy snow fell during the match, and at intervals the unusual sight of sweepers on the job was thrown in free of charge. Germany won by 6-4.
At Garmisch, the giant Olympic ice stadium, where 2 years ago the crowds roared to the Winter Games, stages another fierce match for the German national championships. From the first bully off, all the bullies are off, in the fastest game on earth. In ice hockey, goalposts are simply there to be knocked down, and the puck to be chivvy. By the way, ice hockey used to be called bandy. Now it's more like lightning, with a thundering good time for the spectators. Once again, Britain in the white jerseys reach the final of the World's Ice Hockey Championship, but today in Prague they come up against the invincible Canadians. In the first 5 minutes, Chipman puts Canada 1 up. 2 minutes later, McCreevy makes it 2. But now it's Britain's turn, and Davies scores a beauty. But that's all Britain can do against a team that has the shooting power of a machine gun and the speed of panthers. Through most of the match, the score remains at 2-1 to Canada. Then Godfrey gets a third, and Canada are world champions by 3-1. All this is a prelude to the great game, in which the Scots-Canadians put on their rompers and play about with hockey sticks and a puck. It'd take more than Hitler to stop the fastest game on earth.
At Stockholm Stadium, the Sweden versus Switzerland Ice Hockey International. From the start, the Swedes pile in with avalanche attacks, which start the scoring. Increasing their pressure again, the Swedes break through the Swiss defense to score a second time. The fastest sport in the world, this is the play that draws the crowds to British ice stadiums. In the last period, Switzerland puts on a spurt and scores, but the Swedes are out for victory. With only a few minutes to go, they score again to win 3-2.
Ice hockey fans crowd the Empire Pool Wembley for an all-star match between the Canadian Army and the Royal Canadian Air Force. Equally matched, these two crack teams keep the crowd on its toes right from the start. The first interval, and for the rink's talented team of Mrs. Mops, it's music while you work. Temperatures rise once more for the last period, which ends in a win for the Air Force with a score 7-5. Haringey Arena was the setting for an all-out battle as the Czech champions got away to a flying start with the first match of their tour. Their opponents, the Haringey Greyhounds, were kept very much on the move by the masterly maneuvers of the Czechs. Plenty of fast work around the British net, and here comes the visitors' first goal. Formidable in attack, the Czechs were equally good in defense, and after their opening goal, the home team found it very hard to break through. final score was 8-1 in favor of the Czechs, who seem all set for future honors in the Olympic Games. Ice hockey fans crowded to the Empire Pool Wembley for the second test match between England and America. Both sides were very much on their toes after their 6-all draw in the first test, and excitement went to fever pitch as England, playing in darker jerseys, went right into the attack. Each side scored once in the first period, and here comes England's #1 goal, scored through the captain, Jimmy Chappell. Another goal went to England in the second period, but America gradually overhauled the home side in speed and stickwork. Coming up to an American goal now, and here's how the transatlantic team gained their lead. Now the final period, with England scoring again, but the US leaping ahead with 3 brilliant goals inside 5 minutes. 2 more American goals were to follow, making a decisive victory of 7-3 over a gallant English team.
Wembley, England plays Switzerland in the final of the 3 ice hockey tests. To watch Charlie Gerst, Swiss #10, making a solo attack on the English goal. A solid English defence kept the fast-moving Swiss amateur team at bay. With the score in the series at 1 win each, this is the deciding match. It's a thriller from start to finish. The English boys are pressing hard. Wembley's John Murray, #10, is away on his own. The puck goes to John Oxley, a scramble in front of the goal, and it's in the net. Final score 8-6 and an English try. Haringey Arena stages the first of a new series of England-America ice hockey tests. Result, an inconclusive 6-all draw. A thrilling game, and at first the fast American boys gave us a lesson in speed, stick, and positional play. This is America's Pearlie Grant in a spectacular run for goal. And here's another American goal. Scorer this time, Bob Verrier. But the English 12 soon hit back and leveled the score. Top name of the England team was Johnny Oxley. With the score 6-5 in America's favour and 35 seconds left to play, Oxley, with England skipper Jimmy Chappell, scored and saved the game.
New York and ice hockey fans got well behind the barricades as the Providence Scarlets bumped their way through a match with the Metropolitans. Yes, they certainly needed traffic lights around here, and even the ice didn't cool things down when certain players got a smack in the eye. Language apart, the Scarlets were the winners, but when the arguments got really heated, both teams rather lost interest in the score. Even the referee took a turn, while the supporters sat back and enjoyed 2 games in 1. The Emperor's Hall, Earl's Court, sees a battle of giants, the Royal Air Force and the Royal Canadian Navy. The Navy team, marked with an M, set a hot pace, but the RAF were ready for that and look out for their first goal. Ramming on the speed, the Canadians soon equalized, and now they're neck and neck for the next goal. With both sides battling for the lead, the arena was barely big enough to hold them, and that's just what we mean. Another period. The RAF all set to better their score of 3, and the Canadian Navy with the same idea. And here come the Air Force with another lightning goal. RAF 4, Canada 3. And in the last minutes, yet another goal for the RAF was to come. A notable victory over a red-hot Dominion team. Ice hockey at Earl's Court, and film star Walter Pidgeon skates onto the rink to start off the England-Scotland International. Walter's skating boots, though extra large size, did not get in the way of the face-off, but he himself made rather a careful exit. England, playing in stripes, were faced by a Scottish team at the top of their match-winning form. But despite an early Scottish goal, England soon drew level in a hammer-and-tongs battle. Again, it's Scotland on the attack, and here's how they crashed in goal number 2. Another goal each soon followed, and then once again England swept through for their third and final goal. Scotland, though, hadn't finished, and another trio of goals gave them a well-earned 6-3 victory.
Looking in on the fastest game in the world, Wembley All-Stars meet a white-shirted maple-leafed Canadian team in the most robust ice hockey battle seen for many years. There is a rough and tumble almost every minute, and the referee is the most overworked man on the ice. The penalty box is never empty. In a spirited Wembley attack, Don Marne scores, giving the London team an early lead. In the second period, tempers become a little more frayed. With ice hockey acknowledged as the tough game, etc., there is plenty of the etc. to be seen here. The pace is hotting up, and in a grand finale, Canada's Barney Hilson is sent off the ice. But in the end, everything turns out peacefully. The Canadians, on their way to Stockholm for the World Championships, are given their third beating in 3 matches. Wembley Stars humble them 7-0.
International play brought a thrill a second to the Empire Pool when the Wembley All-Stars met Canada in one of the toughest games for years. Here's a typical sample of the kind of play that set the fans roaring and kept both goalkeepers right on their toes. Canada soon found that the Wembley forwards kept on breaking through. In the first period, neither team scored, but after the interval, Wembley really put on the pressure. Any moment now, and it's a goal. Wembley won up, and again they mix it as Canada tries a counter-attack. Now the pace was really hotting up, and so were the tempers of 1 or 2 players, who later found themselves in the penalty box. By this time, Wembley had scored no less than 4 additional goals, and here's another coming up. Still no score by Canada, despite frantic efforts in the remaining time, and the final goal of the match was again put in by the home side. A 7-0 win by a triumphant bunch of Wembley Stars. Winter sport, this time ice hockey in Germany, where 9,000 watched Canada defeat a combined national team. The visitors played a hard and fast game, and spills were more frequent than goals, but there were plenty of near misses. It's the Canadians' national game, of course, and watch their stick work in their final goal going in. Yes, they certainly look pleased with their 8-3 victory.